To this now, the Water and Sanitation Department says phase 1 of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project is complete and it's satisfied with the maintenance work of the tunnels at the Ash River. Minister Pemmy Majodina inspected the reopened tunnels supplying water from the Katse Dam in Lesotho to South Africa. Our Scara Mafokoane is in Clarens for us and joins us live. Scara, good to have you. What are we learning from the completion of this phase of the project?
Essentially, good afternoon to you and our viewers. Essentially what this means is now water is now flowing from the Katse Dam through the tunnels. The tunnels themselves are 37 kilometers stretching from Lesotho to South Africa. So water is coming through now from Lesotho, going into the dams in South Africa, 14 dams that we are told, which form part of the integrated Vaal River system. That is phase 1 of the project. The minister coming here with the delegation from the Department of Water Affairs and also the premier of the Free State and mayors in the surrounding municipalities. They tell us they are satisfied with the completion of this phase of the project. However, the minister touched on another subject, that phase 2 of that project, they are facing problems in the Lesotho side. That apparently, and allegedly rather, there is a contractor who has been polluting water into the integrated system. But let me introduce Dr. Tebula from the Department of Water and Sanitation Department to tell us more about that. The minister highlighted earlier that there is a contractor who was appointed in the Lesotho side, and now phase 2 of the completion of that project will be delayed due to some pollution by that contractor into the water. Tell us more about that.
No, actually what the minister said is that there is a service provider at that site who has been suspended for non-compliance with environmental regulations. The contractor was accused of ignoring various directives to correct or to remedy the discharge of effluent into the system, or to discharge effluent without following the necessary standards that have been set in that regard. But the minister was actually saying the project of the Lesotho Highlands Water Phase 2 has been delayed, of course, for about a decade. But once it was resuscitated, the minister and counterparts in Lesotho have committed themselves that it must not be delayed any further. Therefore, the suspension of this service provider is not going to cause any delays. The service provider has been given until the 26th of May to come up with a remedial plan to address the situation that has caused the service provider suspension. Therefore, the minister here and the government of Lesotho are making sure that there are no further delays that should be experienced going forward. Hence, this commitment that this suspension should not cause any delays.
Talk to us about the importance of this this refurbishment, if I may call it, the maintenance of this tunnel, which sees water from Lesotho coming to South Africa. Why was it important for it to be maintained, and what's the importance of this tunnel for the water flowing into the 14 dams which form part of the integrated Vaal water system?
The water from Lesotho is meant to augment water from our sources locally and to feed into the integrated Vaal River system. As you might be aware, we are advocating for water infrastructure to be maintained regularly in terms of the maintenance plan attached to the projects. So for this tunnel, we are doing a routine maintenance every 5 years. And during the early stages of the tunnel, the maintenance that we did not require us to shut down the tunnel for this longer period of 6 months. It was always less than that. So During our maintenance in 2019, we discovered that for this shutdown, during this frequency, we should therefore do more work that to address the deficiencies that were identified during that time. Hence, we had to shut down and do our maintenance work in order not to degrade the tunnel. We make sure that we maintain it to retain its integrity and its reliability to supply water to the people of South Africa, mainly Gauteng and some parts of the Free State. This tunnel feeds into the integrated Vaal River system, which we know currently has the abundance of water. All its 14 dams are full of water, but the water will not go to waste. It will still feed into the system, and people should still take care of the water that is supplied to them. So going forward, this maintenance work has enhanced the lifespan of the tunnel, which is guaranteed for the next 30 years. And as we will be maintaining it regularly every 5 years, we will be increasing the lifespan and guaranteeing that it continues to deliver water from Lesotho to South Africa.
You touched on another subject which I wanted to ask you or probe you on, which is infrastructure. The minister highlighting with the Deputy Minister, Mahlobo, highlighting that you are facing a problem of infrastructure problem, the storage of water. How are you mitigating that? How are you, what are the plans, going forward in terms of maintaining the infrastructure that you have in terms of dams and reservoirs and like this tunnel?
Well, our own bulk water infrastructure is well maintained. We don't have a problem with that. The infrastructure that we're in charge of as a department and our water boards is always maintained according to plan. The minister was referring to the infrastructure that is under the municipalities, to say most of the time it is not properly maintained and it is decaying and therefore causing a number of challenges. As a department, we've made a commitment to assist the municipalities to refurbish their infrastructure through grants and other support. We have drawn in provincial governments to assist us in this regard, and they are coming to assist here. The Premier, you saw the Premier, she was here with the MEC for Kokta and the mayors of the affected municipalities. But we also know that in other provinces as well, the premiers and the provincial governments have been supportive. Gauteng, Premier Panyaza, Lesotho is assisting and supporting the municipalities, working together with the department. We know in the Northern Cape, the Premier there has been doing the same in Limpopo. So generally, the minister has succeeded to draw in all spheres of government to be part of this challenge and to address the water challenges together. You also know that the president has identified water as a key priority this year, and all sectors now, including the private sector, are being drawn in to be part of addressing this challenge of water supply, especially at local government level.
I know you may not give me a straight answer, but there were several municipalities represented by their mayors here who made an appeal to the minister saying the water coming in from Lesotho seems to be going directly to Gauteng through Vaal Dam, and they themselves, the municipalities, are facing a water problem. If I were to probe you on that question, what is it that the department is doing to assist these local municipalities around in the Free State?
During the shutdown, we did draw the affected municipalities together to work with us to make sure that there is sustained water supply in their communities. The municipalities of Mafube, Nketwana and Hlabeng are benefiting from this water. They do get supply from the water that is delivered by this tunnel. But the premier and the mayors of two other municipalities, Lesotho and Mantsopa, they have pleaded with the minister also to intervene because they are not, those two municipalities are not benefiting. But when the systems in other municipalities, including Mangaung, are under some strain, we do assist with water from this project to ensure that they benefit, but it's usually for a temporary measure. But generally, the minister has listened to the premier and those mayors, and she will sit down with a team in the department. Surely something should come out to respond to their plea.
Date Manza Matebula, thank you very much. He was speaking on behalf of the minister today. You know, phase one of that project is complete. Like he indicated, like the minister said earlier, they are facing problems with phase two of that project, the Lesotho Waterland project in the Lesotho side. But it is a problem that they're handling. They have given that service provider a couple of days to respond to what the minister deemed it as a delay to water supply into the tunnels and ultimately getting to the integrated Vaal water system.
Right, Scara, much appreciated. Thank you for your intervention this afternoon. That's Scara live for us there in Clarens at that phase one opening of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project.